Right here with some more action from the MRC boys. This time it's round 5 of the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series, League 2, and this time we're at Nurburgring GP for 60 minutes of racing. Unfortunately, we only do have 8 people running this time, and we are in the Group 4 machines. So, just check if I am live. I am indeed live, so we shall get the guys, run you through the grid, and then we'll get the guys going. So, after 10 minutes of qualifying, Portugal Don puts it on pole in the Honda. Brucey starts in second once again. Let's see if we can get a better start this time. Shortsky in third in the Ferrari. Big Kev in the Aston in fourth. Then we have Bennett Barry in fifth in the Porsche. Then we have JMS Duncan in sixth in the Jag. Then we have Ice Chand in seventh, and Crazy Mac is returned after missing last week. He's in the Aston in eighth. We are missing Surfer and Gas Monkey this time, and also Rick. So, 8 drivers. Let's see how they start the race then. So let's get the action underway. 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out and away we go. A bit of creeping there, but they all get away cleanly. Brucey straight up into first. Blinding start from him. We are looking at the rest of the guys into turn 1. It's a clean start for Brucey. He's away. Portugal Don gets the corners kicked up there. Both of the Team Gravel Slag cars behind him there. Portugal Don holds on to second. Shortsky goes a little bit wide there in third, but he's going to get Bennett Barry on the inside. Now moves up into third place. Portugal Don still holding off third position. He's going to chase down Brucey in that Mercedes. Bennett Barry in there in third. Shortsky in fourth. Ice Chand in fifth. There's Crazy Mac up into sixth. Fast JMS down to 7 from the start. Big Kev down to 8th. So let's just have a look at the start here. Big Kev did get a bad start. I think, yeah, he was the one that was creeping a little bit. So gets a slow start off the starting blocks there. Up and down to turn 1. He just parks it on the apex there, and yeah, just loses all that momentum and speed. Didn't want to take anyone out in the first turn, and decided to just fall in line, get into the race. This is a one-stop race for the guys, so 1, 2, 3, there we go. So back up to the front line at Brucey leading the way. We will put the racing information on. There's Don in second, holding off Bennett Barry for the minute. Shortsky down in fourth, right behind his teammate. Ice Chand in fifth, behind these guys. Then we got Fast JMS and the both Fastings. Oh, Crazy Mac has had an issue. He's off the track. Godzilla number 12 there. And we got Big Kev in 7th. Number 14. Doing well so far for these guys, no major incidents. Fast JMS in 6th position, then we got Ice Chan in 5th. Shortsky still there in 4th. Bennett Barry in 3rd, but Portugal Don is closing that gap to Brucey in 1st. We're going through the chicane the first time. 60-minute race, should be around 30-ish laps. Just under 30 laps maybe 28, 29. But Brucey leads the first lap then. Portugal Don in second still is going to try and get a move done onto Brucey. Can he close that gap up to him? He's not close enough this time. Bennett Barry in third there, sniffing, looking for any sort of a manoeuvre. Question is, can he keep his teammate behind him, because he's right there behind him now as they come through the first couple of corners in the complex. Everyone wide, using all the track surface there. Bennett Barry comes through now. The little flick to the left. Now through the right hand turn. Down to the hairpin at the bottom on the GP Strecker. Obviously no big nodes tonight, just a GP track. So look at 5th position, Ice Chan there in 5th, 6 is Duncan, 7th Big Kev, and just behind these guys is Crazy Mac in 8th, back up to the front. Then we got Brucey still leading the way in 1st, Portugal Don is right behind him 2nd. These two are looking like they're going to have a battle of the ages in this track tonight. Didn't really see each other much in the last race, only on the first couple of laps before Don pitted. But is this the race where these guys go head to head, toe to toe? Don looking on the inside now, then he's going for an overtake. He's going to get Don into the chicane. A beautiful overtake there from Don. Gets that Honda stopped before the corner. So, new leader then, Don now leading the way. And Brucey right there in 2nd, doesn't fall to the bait to get behind Don, stays on the racing line then. No sign of rain in this race. So Don leading the way still. As we come out the first turn onto lap 3. These guys on the soft tyres. Can Don hold on to that first position? We see Shortsky get a move done on his teammate up into 3rd then. There's Bennett Barrett. Let's just have a look how that happened. That actually happened way back. What happened to Bennett Barrett? So he goes wide. That allows Shortsky to get the move done as we come round. Gotta be careful on the exit of this corner because of the gravel. So just a regular overtake then for Shortsky on his teammate. But Bennett Barrett's going to come under pressure from Ice Chan from behind. Bennett Barrett coming through the chicane then, a low hop over the curb. Gotta be careful of that bollard on the inside, don't want a penalty as Fast JMS and Big Kev come through then as well. So no incidents or anything to report as of yet. There's Don. So we'll go forward twice, there we go. So coming through the complex section then is Don. Shortsky now starting to close that gap to Brucey as well. So can Brucey hold on to that second, or is he going to lose another position? Bennett Barrett in 4th as we all go wide off the track. Jag in 5th of Duncan, 6th Aston Martin, Big Kev. Ice Chan down to 7th, so he must have had a little incident somewhere then. Crazy Mac in 8th is now right behind Ice Chan. Portugal Don has had a little incident somewhere. What's happened to him? So, he just went off the track, gone on the gravel, on the kitty litter. And that's a little choke for Don then. Let's see if he can get back up to that first position as they come through the hairpin. So Shortsky up into 2nd now. Don down to 3rd and Brucey back up into 1st. So another change for the lead. So let's see how strategy plays out for this race. Obviously to start on 60% fuel. They've opted for these softs, these front runners, guys. Bennett Barrett is in soft as well. We've got an overtake maybe up front. Don is on the inside of the corner. Can he get there first? His shot's going to send it on the brakes. He's not. He's going to fall in line. He thinks better of it. What's Don going to do? Don looks like he's going to be pitting. So interesting strategy then for Don on the soft tyres. Pits on lap 3. Let's see what he's going to do. Obviously, probably going to go onto the mediums, I would say, from there. I mean, you wouldn't do 3 laps, then go for another set of softs. It's going to be the same result. Ice Chan pits as well then, following his teammate. So let's see what the guys from Lemon Pete on Lime have in store for us. So, Shortsky now falling a little bit off of Brucey. There's Binnyberry right behind him. Top three there. Big Kev now up into fourth, followed by Duncan in fifth. Crazy Mac in sixth. So it's definitely going to be a two-stop for the Lemon Peanut Line boys as they're just fueling. Portugal goes full fuel. He's out in to seventh. Then there's Ice Chan still fueling up in eighth. Brucey up in two, still in first. We don't actually have a fastest lap at the minute for some reason. I mean, I'm displaying all information. So no fastest lap as of yet posted on the board. Not sure whether that's a replay bug or whether some other little issue, glitch. But 206 for Shortsky, 206.2 for Brucey, 206.2 for Big Kev, so it's between Big Kev and Brucey. 209, there you go, there's the fastest lap there so far. So Portugal actually has a fastest lap of a 206.0. So still unsure why we don't have a fast lap posted on the board as we come to complete lap 4. Brucey still looking good out in front. He's not really fuel saving at the minute. And Shortsky there now coming to the fire from his teammate. Binit Barry's right behind him as they head down to turn 1. So Shortsky fends off his teammate this time as we now come through the complex section. You see the roller coaster in the background. There's the AMG Mercedes stand. Very wide line for Shortsky all the way out onto the grass. I'm not sure whether that's going to be a penalty for not for track limit. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. But using all of the track surface and then some. So Binit Barry all over the back end of that Ferrari now. And we're going to get team orders. Are these guys free to race? We'll have to see. As the Playboy team Grumble Slags is going for the inside line. There's a little bit of a maybe of a touchdown, not too sure. But Binit Barry gets the position. Then the Porsche doing well at the Nurburgring. Shortsky down to third. Big Kev now fourth position. Fifth is Duncan. Crazy Mac in sixth now after the two guys in the Hondas and the Toyota pitted. So back up to the front then. Brucey leading the way. Marshall. Binit Barry in second still now. Shortsky in third. There's Big Kev in fourth, still on the soft tyres. There's Duncan, soft tyres in fifth. Crazy Mac on the mediums in sixth. And we got the fresh set of mediums for Portugal Don and Ice Chand in 7th and 8th. So, see Brucey coming from the final corner to start lap 6. Shortsky's got a second penalty, then that's going to cost him dearly. So surely he's going to lose a position to Big Kev. We'll see when he gets to the penalty line. So once again it's a 60-minute race. Use any two compounds. Obviously with it not raining, that will probably be soft and medium, but people can use the hards if they want to. I mean, it's not really the fastest tyre, but it's the longer lasting tyre, so people might want to use it. And that's pretty much it for the ruling. Not too complex on the tyre rules. I mean, for each tyre you do have to run at least 3 laps for it to be counted. No limit on the tyres you can use though, so Shortsky coming through in third still. We're just going to see what happens when he comes across the penalty. There's the warning to other drivers that he is going to be slowing down soon. Now, does he do the gentleman thing and pull off the racing line? He sure does. He pulls all the way over to the right and serves that penalty. That's going to release Kev around the outside into third position. So, Shortsky now down to fourth. He's going to have to focus, get his head knuckled down as now we head through the final corner. Bennett Barry has pitted then from second position. That's going to release Big Kev up into second. Shortsky in third. Duncan in fourth. There's Crazy Matt coming through. We got Don just coming through the kink then, up the run to the chicane. Ice Chand following him about 10 seconds, I would say, between these two. Back out in front, Bruce is still leading the way from Big Kev in second. Big Kev hot on his heels, very comparative to the fuel and tyres between the top two then. Likewise with Sean Shortsky in third in the Ferrari. Duncan as well is doing good on the fuel and tyres at the minute in fourth. Crazy Mac in fifth. Now if these guys were going to do one stop, they want for the soft tyres, you want to do probably about 8 or 9 laps on those softs, and then you want to have to do 20 laps on the mediums at least. So it's going to be a tough old race for these guys doing the one stop, but it will come to them to the end. We'll have to see who is doing the one stop and who is doing the two stop. It's confirmed that Bennett, Barry, Ice Chan and Don are doing the two stop. And you see Ice Chan there in 8th. Bennett, Barry and Don are together. Don is in 6th position. These guys down on the mediums. See what Brucey does this lap as they come through the chicane. Not really any battles going on at the minute. We've got the Shortsky coming through the chicane now with Fast JMS hot on his heels. Shortsky is going to pit then from third position, so he's going to go for a two stop as well. Crazy Matt coming through now. Through the chicane he goes. Off over those curbs. Keep the Aston nice and tight to the line. P. Don coming through in 6th. 7th is Bennett Barrett. 8th is Ice Chand. Back up to the front, we've got Brucey coming through the complex now. Tipping into the left-hander. And then through at the right, he's got a sizable gap to second position. Second just coming through now. Then we've got Fast JMS in 3rd, following these two through. Then a little bit of a gap to Crazy Mac in 4th. And just coming through the first turn, through the second. There's Shortsky after pitting in 5th, just ahead of Don in 6th. So this battle is going to start brewing now. Then we got Bennett Barry just behind these two guys in 7th. And then there's Ice Chand in 8th. But Brucey on his own in 1st position, just coming through the hairpin now through the Schumacher-esses. Those soft tyres starting to wear even more now. Gets onto the curve there, very nicely done from Brucey there. Now through the right-hander. Down the hill. Again, if you are watching, thank you for checking out and coming in to join the comms with me. I hope you do like the commentary on these races. So Brucey coming through the final turn then now. Gets up onto the curb on the left hand side. I think we are going to do a lap with him. Not really much happening. So we'll go on board with Brucey then. Hear the Merc thundering down the straight. It's probably going to pit at the end of this lap, so it won't be a complete lap, but we'll get a good idea of what's happening. So down to the first turn then. Brake at 50 metre board. Down to about 40 miles per hour. Through the first turn, which is a hairpin. You've got to be careful on the inside. Now through this left-hander. Careful on the accelerator pedal there. Now down into the complex then. Through the left-hander, down to second. Then take all the exit you want on this corner. Get as much power down as possible. You see Big Kev just there in the background. Now through the left-hander, we come to the bottom of the track. Careful on this point here. Now down to the hairpin. He tips it in, keeps tight line to the apex there. Gets the exit curb. Now up the hill we climb through the Schumacher S's. Those soft tyres really screaming now. Chipping into the left-hander here. Now through the little right kink. And then down the hill we go. And up the hill we go to the chicane. Over the left curb, over the right curb, and into the pits we go then. So Bruce is going to pit from the lead. So cheers for the lap, Brucey, for that. Second position, Kev does not pit then, so Brucey pits from first. Fast JMS is going to go for another lap too. So these guys going for an extra lap. Let's see how their lap goes. I mean, the soft tyres are dying, so can Brucey get the jump on them, get the undercut? Crazy Mac is surely going to have to pit this lap for low fuel. There he goes, dives into the pits. That's going to put Shortsky up into third, possibly. If he can get around this corner before Brucey comes out. Brucey's going to have to go full tank if he wants to do the one stop. There's Shortsky just coming down now. It's going to be tight with Brucey on entry, but Brucey loses out to Shortsky, and Don comes out the pits in 5th position. Bennett Barrett just coming down now. So just behind Brucey there. Ice Chand in 7th. Just coming past Crazy Mac. Crazy Mac still in the pit fueling. There's Big Kev leading the way then. All on his own. Fast JMS a little behind him in second. There's Shortsky leading this little group of cars in third. There's 4th of Don. Brucey there on 5th on the fresh mediums. Probably fuel saving now. Gotta make that fuel last for 20 laps. There's Bennett Barrett in 6th, right behind him. As we head in to the hairpin. We'll probably do some onboards in a bit of these guys. Ice Chand in 7th, coming through the hairpin. There's Crazy Mac down in 8th, but he's got the soft tyres. Let's see what he can do from there. So Big Kev into the pits. There's Duncan into the pits also, the top 2. So that's going to put Shortsky hopefully up into the top position. So top 2 in the pits then, just getting the tyres and the fuel just the tyres now. Now the fuel. The Shortsky come round through the last corner, down the main straight. That puts Shortsky up into first. Portugal in second, but where's Brucey? Brucey's coming down now. Big Kev is almost done with the fuel, but he's going to lose that position to Brucey. So there he is coming out of the pit now. He's behind Bennett Barry. That's going to help Brucey a lot there. Gets the jump and a few more seconds on Kev there. Ice Chand has also gained a position on Duncan. So tables turn for these two. These two hopefully going to battle. And there's Crazy Matt coming down the home straight then. So Shortsky in first. Let's do a couple on boards here then. You can see Don right behind him. Hear the Ferrari screaming. And you see him on this camera angle working overtime, getting that car positioned. We'll go on board with Don. Right hand drive to the left hand drive of the Ferrari. The NSX working beautifully. Got Brucey a couple of seconds behind him at the minute as we head through the left-hander, now through the right-hander, down the hill. And stay on board with Don as he follows Shortsky down the straight, then through the kink here now, then up the hill to the chicane. Great on board camera angles here then. Down to first gear, tips it over the left, over the right curb. Gets the exit curve nicely, very nicely done from Don there. Look a bit of wide line, avoids that pit wall. Great job from him, and then in second position, there's Brucey in the Merc. Lovely dash console there in the Merc. It's a racing car, but still with luxury. There's the camera just panning to the left there as we go through the hairpin. You see the Red Bull sponsored helmet from Brucey. And he tips it over the curbs. Lovely done from him. Now we're in the Porsche of Bennett Barry in fourth, just behind Brucey. He's got a Hot Wheels livery there on the racing suit, very nice. Just check on the top two, not really doing anything at the minute. Big Kev in the Aston, just behind Bennett Barry. As it jumps down the gears. No sticky panel shifter for this Aston. As Bennett Barry, you saw, got a little bit squirrely through the hairpin. That's going to lose the momentum up the hill. Bennett Barry is going to come under fire from Kev in the Aston. So we're going to cut out on track camera angles. Big Kev just getting his car positioned as he gets the slipstream from Bennett Barry. He's going to size him up. Is he going to get him into the chicane? He's not close enough at the minute. He's definitely got the run on him though now though. Closing that gap. Hops over the curbs there. Through the final turn he goes. Nearly already halfway into this race already. Where's the time gone? It's flown by. So Big Kev getting ever closer to that car in front. As we come through the first turn, takes a slightly wider line, cuts in. It's going to fall him through. So status quo for the minute then between these two. Ice Chand in sixth then. with Duncan in behind him in 7th. There's Crazy Mac in 8th still. Back up to the front, Shortsky still leading the way from Portugal Don. Brucey catching that gap up to these two in front. Bennett Barry in 4th, just fending off Big Kev for the minute. What's it? Bennett Barry on a 2-stop. That's going to hinder Big Kev. If he gets stuck behind him, it's going to cost him time, which is going to fall into Bruce's favour. As Bennett Barry takes the wide line through the hairpin. Gets the corner done up the hill through the Schumacher S's. Sorry, not Senna S's, Schumacher S's. Bennett Barry still defending. Gap is coming down though. Big Kev is right there. There's the guys in front just going through the chicane, Brucey. So another flick through the field. There's Ice Chan still on his own. Duncan there in 7th on his own, and there's Crazy Mac in 8th on his own as well. So back up to the front. Shortsky in 1st position. Still managing to keep that gap to Portugal Don. Not really anything happening between these two. There's Brucey as well on his own in 3rd. Bennett Barry now coming through the first turn, followed by Big Kev right behind him. This is the closest battle as Big Kev gets a little bit of a wiggle there out of the first turn. As they take the exit off that corner then. All the runoff area you can muster. The top 3 are still in their relative positions. Same with the guys behind. Again, this is the closest battle on track at the minute. Big Kev trying to get that gap closed as we come through the Schumacher S's for the 14th time, I'm asking. Marbles being kicked up onto the track surface. Big Kev obviously going for the 1-stop. Fuel saving. He's got the slipstream of that Porsche in front. The Irishman trying to take it to the British folk. As we hop over the curbs, through the chicane we go. What's Bennett Barry going to do? It's still going round. No sign of pitting as of yet. Let's come through the final turn then. Start lap 15. Brucey in 3rd still. That gap still staying the same at the minute. There's Don going through the first turn there. Shortsky managed to pull out a little bit of a gap now in 1st. Bennett Barry then just coming into the complex section now. Big Kev still behind him. Here's Ice Chand in 6th, number 10. Bit of a lonely race for him at the minute. He's got Flash JMS somewhere behind him there. In the Jag, number 46. See, 46, the iconic number. Valentino Rossi, now racing in Group GT3 machinery. There's Crazy Mac in 8th. Number 12 in the Aston. Coming just out of the complex then. Bit of a lonely race for him too, but with others missing this round, he's going to have some solid points in 8th position if he doesn't get any more positions made. There's Shortsky coming through in first, down the hill he goes. Doing a great job in the Ferrari so far. There's the Honda of Portugal Don in second. Likewise, having a great race at the minute. Brucey in the Merc, number 24, coming down. He is closing that gap in some areas, but with fuel saving, he's not getting the maximum out of the car as he hops over the curbs. No sign of pitting for anybody yet. Bennett Barry there in fourth in the Porsche, fending off the Aston of Big Kev still. But I think his days are numbered. Big Kev looks like he's got the momentum and speed. Can he get him into turn one now? As he's right behind him, he pulls out. Can he get him on the brakes? Is there? Not sure whether there was contact there, but it was very, very close. These guys keeping it clean. So Bennett Barrett defends once again from Big Kev. Holding strong again against the Aston. He's probably going to pit in the next couple laps. So then he can have the last stint on the soft tyres. You see now Brucey is a lot closer to Portugal Don now. Portugal Don's medium tyres starting to wear, which caused him to lose speed against Brucey. Obviously fresher mediums taking those tyres to the end. This is now come through the right hand. We've got two battles going on track at the minute now then. Brucey sizing up Portugal Don. We've got Bennett Barrett defending from Big Kev. Big Kev just working out where's the best time to overtake Bennett Barrett. As we now head up the hill to the chicane. Gonna hop over the curbs. Big Kev right there. Bennett Barrett still on track. Still not pitting yet. Few more laps there. The soft tyres typically last between 8 to 10 laps depending on the car and how people drive, so I'd say a couple of more laps for Bennett Barrett at the minute. We'll go back up to third and second because Bruce is right on Portugal Don's tailpipes. Smelling the exhaust fumes from the Honda as we come into the complex section for the 17th time. Fast approaching the 40-minute mark. The race flying by as the guys race around in Group 4 cars. No change between these two then. Bennett Barrett still managed to defend that position. A great defence from Bennett Barrett at the minute then. He's doing a great job in that Porsche for Team Gravel Slag. So now heading to the hairpin. Big Kev just willing the car to get past this Porsche. Up through the Schumacher S as we go. As he looks on the inside, fills the mirror of that Porsche with Aston. Trying to psych Bennett Barry out, trying to get him to make a mistake somewhere. You can see he's got so much momentum, just nowhere to go at the minute. Can he get the inside? He's going for the inside then. We're going to go side by side almost as we go up the hill. Does he get the move done? Bennett Barry on the inside defends. Shortsky now pits from the lead. Portugal Don going for another lap. As are these guys. Bennett Barrett still defending from Big Kev. So Portugal Don back in the lead, but he's got Brucey right behind him. Bruce is going to want that first position, but does he just... He either overtakes him or he's just going to sit behind him and wait till he pits, because he's going to pit soon. So is Brucey going to be smart, or is he going to risk a risky overtake? He probably knows he's going to pit soon. So we'll have to see. I mean, he's been on those medium tyres since lap 3. We're now on lap 18. I think Brucey knows that is just sticking behind him at the minute. Bennett Barrett there, still defending in third. Big Kev still wanting that position. Further back we have Ice Chand in 5th, followed by Duncan in 6th. Shortsky in 7th with Crazy Mac in 8th still. Struggling a little bit on this track at the minute with that Aston. So, first position, Portugal Don. We're going to go on board with him. You can see Brucey right there as we now head down the hill. Then we start climbing once again up to the chicane. We'll watch them as we go through the chicane, as we hop over the curbs. I'm going to go for another lap. It does, a little bit of a tap there, bump from Brucey. Saying, come on Don, hurry up, mate. As Don moves over to the pit wall, Brucey follows him, he's trying to break the toe, but it doesn't work this time, he's right behind him still. Does Brucey have a chance in the first turn? He's going to be a bit on the brakes than him, as he's got more grip on those tyres. As we've got a tyre screeching in the background. Bennett Barry still defending from Big Kev. There's only 4 cars really battling on track, but it's a lot to keep up with. As we've got Brucey right behind Portugal on still. Big Kev still defending from Barry, still defending from Big Kev. See both battles going on in shot then. Crazy Mac pits from 8th position off the softs. Portugal Don still there in 1st then. Big Kev still behind the Porsche as we head down to the hairpin. Oh, little bit of a touch there. Oh, he's in the gravel. Big Kev is surely going to wait. Yeah, he waits up for him there. Obviously not really wanting to try and get him off the track. Wants a clean overtake. Clean racing from Big Kev then. Very well done there, mate. That's what we like to see from the MRC. Back up front then, as that battle has subsided for the minute. Portugal Don still leading the way. Does he pit this lap? Was he now on lap 19? Or does he go for one more? Does he risk it? Fuel's getting low now. Tyres are starting to wear a lot. He's going to go for one more. He's got Brucey right behind him. Can he hold him up for one more lap? You see the difference in the tyre wear. I mean, it's a little bit. It's not by much, but it is a difference. So Portugal Don leading the way in the first turn. There's Brucey right behind him. As Ice Chand pits from 5th position. Bennett Barrett in 3rd still, with Big Kev right behind him in 4th. Duncan in 5th on his own. There's Shortsky in 7th. Going to put him up into 6th as he passes Ice Chand in the pits. And Crazy Mac in 8th position. Back up to the front. Closest battle on track at the minute. Portugal Don still defending the 1st position from Brucey. As we're now on lap 20. And deep inside, final 20 minutes to go. Let's check these guys behind. Binit Barry. A little bit of a gap between these two, so not close enough yet. AWS says they will be in range within 1 lap. We'll have to see if that's true or not. Still no fastest lap being posted on the board. So glitch from the fastest lap then. But I believe it's still done with the fastest lap. Unless Shortsky put in another blinder. Yep. Still Portugal done with the fastest lap then. As we come through the chicane, Don dives over to the right hand side. That releases Brucey. As Don dives into the pits from 1st position. Going to want a fresh set of softs. So Brucey now released up into 1st. Can he hold on to it, or is Kev going to be able to catch up when he gets past Binit Barry? Binit Barry going for another lap then. There's Duncan in 5th, just coming through the last turn. He's also on a 1-stop strategy. Big Kev right behind Binit Barry then. Is this the moment where he gets past him? Binit Barry defending hard. He's the defence minister for Team Gravel Slags. Reminds me back to F1 when Perez for Red Bull defended against Hamilton. So Big Kev then trying to get past Binit Barry. Can he do it on this lap? He's been stuck behind him for quite a while. Bruce has got clean air. Managed to pull a gap on between these two guys. Probably going to be about 8 to 10 seconds between them now. As you come through the top of the hill, Schumacher Esters. They look side by side, but Binit Barry holds firm still against Big Kev. Big Kev still sizing him up. Can he get the run down the hill? Gets a little bit on the gravel there. As we head thunder up the hill now to the chicane. Can Big Kev get a late dive? No, it follows him through as he hops over the curb. Binit Barry, we've lost someone as well. Looks like Crazy Mac had enough running at the back. He decided to call it a day. So only 7 people running then. As Binit Barry still defending from Big Kev. Great defence from him. Great showing of sportsmanship and drive craft. Sorry, racecraft, not drive craft. As we head through the complex. Oh, very close on the back end there, Big Kev. Bumper to bumper between these two guys now. We're going to just look behind these two as we see Big Kev trying to think about an overtake there. Let's just watch. Oh, a little bit of another bump there. Obviously Big Kev on the better tyres than Binit Barry. Better on the brakes. He's got to account for the slower speed. as we come through the hairpin. And then we go up the hill towards the Schumacher S's. A little bit of another look from a Big Kev. Then this battle continuing. Absolutely great battle between these two, but there's Big Kev right behind him. Surely he's going to have the run this time. Surely he's close enough for an overtake manoeuvre into the chicane. No, Big Kev loses out, but does he send it on the inside? No, he thinks better of it this time. But Bennett Barrett looks like he's into the pits now. That's going to release Big Kev. So, great job done from Bennett Barrett then. But he's ultimately got a pit for fresh tyres and fuel. So that releases Big Kev up into second. Fast JMS in fourth. He's going to come around and claim that position from Bennett Barrett. There's Shortsky in fifth on the mediums. Fresher than Duncan's in fourth. He should get a overtake manoeuvre done on to Duncan. There's Don in fifth on the fresh softs. He's going to want to close that gap as best as he can and as quick as he can, and try and use those soft tyres to the best of their abilities. Get the most performance out of them before they start to wear. So now come out of the complex, down the run, down to left-hander now. Strong racing from the Comedy Club racer. And there's Bennett Barrett down in sixth with Ice Chand in seventh. But up at front, leading the way is Mr. Brucey in the 24. Big Kev in second, trying to close that gap up to him. Can he do it? Fast JMS then coming now under pressure from Shortsky on those pressure tyres. Just going to have a drinks break as we see Shortsky follow Duncan. Hopping over the curbs as they come through the chicane. Shortsky gets half a second penalty for his trouble as well. That's not going to help him there. Very unfortunate for him there. We go back up to the front then. Brucey leading the way as we go for the complex. Big Kev there now as we're in now the last 10 minutes of the race. Don there licking his lips as you can see. Shortsky in front's got a penalty. They're going to fight as well, which is going to slow them down. Can Portugal Don get into third position? That is the question here. Can he get the last podium spot from these two? As Fast JMS and Shortsky swap positions. Duncan's on the inside there. Can he get past him? He can. He got the position. Didn't give Shortsky the inside. So Fast JMS up into the last podium spot. Defending now from Shortsky, and there's Don right behind. A half a second still looming over Shortsky's head. He's going to have to save it on this lap. Don really close up now then, through that hairpin, got the momentum he needed. So now it's a three-way car battle. They just come through the Schumacher S's. Shortsky then there's the confirmation. He's going to slow down soon after we come round this corner here. But Don's on the inside. He's already got him. He's right behind Duncan. We're going to go almost 3 wide here. So, cost a little bit of time for Shortsky, but not too much, as he's right behind these guys still. Portugal Don sizing up fast JMS, then he really wants that last podium position as we head through the final corner on lap 24. There's right behind him as we come down the main straight. Think he's going to look for a move into turn 1 as he gets slipstream. He's close to the pit wall. As down into turn 1 we go, the swap positions sides again. Now he gets the inside. As he goes side by side through the complex section. Into the inside he dives. Can he get this done and dusted? He does. Great racing from these guys. But there's Shotsky coming back at Don as well. Don holding these two off as they go side by side through the corner there. Now through the right hander. Shotsky all over the side of fast JMS, but JMS goes onto the gravel. Things are hotting up now into the last few laps of the race. Shotsky on the inside, so Duncan lost 2 positions there unfortunately. Portugal Don now onto the podium in 3rd. Shotsky in 4th, trying to get ground back after that penalty serving. So Shotsky in 4th, going to try and close that gap up to Don then on those soft tyres. Can the soft tyres last to the end of the race? Duncan there in 5th. Obviously warm mediums for him. Bennett Barry in 6th, just behind these guys, and there's Ice Chan on his own in 7th. But back up the front then, Bruce is still in the way. Gap behind him to Kev. There's about 6 seconds. P. Don coming through the final turn. Shotsky there, not much of a gap between them. And there's Duncan right behind these two in case these make a mistake. He's right there for the pickings. As we come through the hairpin, first turn, 26th lap. Should be about 2 more laps to go after this one. Fatigue will be at the peak point now, so these guys have got to try and limit the mistakes as they head into the final 5 minutes of the race. The drivers will be feeling it, especially those racing on a wheel. So Don still in 3rd position, defending from Shotsky in 4th to head through the hairpin. There's Duncan in 5th, right behind these two. Bennett Barry having a lonely race in 6th. Had a good first half, but obviously on the 2-stop, lost a bit of ground as well to the top few guys. There's Chand as well, he's had a really lonely race, unfortunately not really seen him. And Brucey though, in 1st on his own. He's got Big Kev looming, closing that gap to him in 2nd. He's come through the final turn. He's going to try and close that gap even more. Very comparative to the tyres and fuel for these two. Evil playing field for them. Obviously P. Don on those fresh softs, but way back behind the top 2. His best bet is going to finish in 3rd. If he can defend against Shotsky. As we now head on to lap 27. Next lap should be the final lap for these guys, unless someone can get on to lap 29. 3 minutes to go. So Shortsky then all over the back of Don as we come out the complex section. Down to the left-hander. Now through the right. And then down the hill we go, down to the hairpin at the very bottom of the GP Strecker. Speed on, mind you, to do what's needed for the team. There's still no fastest lap update then, but I could wager that P-Don has still got a fastest lap. Shortsky falling through still. There's Fast JMS in 5th. Bennett Barrett is kind of catching Duncan in 6th, but he's now got a penalty he's going to serve Hobbs 2nd. Ashchan there in 7th as well. Brucey in 10th. About 5 seconds between those two now, so the gap is coming down. But is Duncan, Big Kev going to have enough to catch him before the end of the race? I don't think he is. As we're now fast approaching the final minute, this will be the final lap. So, lap 28. One minute to go. So this is now the final lap then for these guys. Everyone's going to finish this one last lap. Is Ishchan going to cross the line and finish the lap as well? He is. He's going to finish the last lap. Doesn't pull over to the side. Doesn't cause the yellow flag. So that's great. So Brucey, absolute terrific race for him. Got a blindly start up into first. Did get caught by Don before his first pit stop. And then Don pitted. That released Brucey back up into the lead, and obviously through the pit stop phase managed to work his way back up as the two stoppers had their second pit stop, and then since then has been in the lead. So great result for him. Same with Big Kev, great result for him as well. There's P Don in 3rd position. A very good race result for Don there, especially after the tough challenge of St. Croix last week. But Brucey then coming through the chicane for the final time, hops over the curbs, no penalties, gets up on the curb through the final turn, avoid that pit wall. It'd be a shame to hit it now. And he's going to pull to the right hand side, and he's going to take the victory then. Brucey wins. Second is going to be Big Kev, gets the second podium spot. Great result for him. 3rd position is going to be Don if he can make this final turn. Again, don't hit the pit wall here. He's going to come across the final corner then, down across the line. He's going to finish in 3rd for the final podium. 4th for Shortsky. Well done to those two. 5th is going to be Duncan. Managed to hold off Bennett Barrett for 5th position. Great job for him. 6th, Bennett Barrett. Good job for him as well. Great result. Ishchan is going to come home to finish in 7th. Lonely race for him, but some solid points for him and the team. He's going to bring you home in 7th then. So that was round 5 at Nurburgring. Good job to the guys. Great racing once again. I've been the Crazy Brit. Until next time, catch you later.